Welcome to Fanboy Planet and my interview with Elijah Henry. He is the artist of a graphic novel called Winona Forever, and I got to meet up with him at LA ComicCon in December of 2021. This video will be a little bit different because it is audio only from the floor of Comic-Con, but Elijah gave me permission to go ahead and run panels from Winona Forever across the audio. And so I think you'll appreciate that to get to see his work as he's talking about it. But also in this interview, we have some sneak peek panels from chapters 3 and 4, which are going to go into Kickstarter, I believe, next week. So please enjoy my conversation with Elijah Henry.
This is an independent, I'll call it graphic novel, although it's 2 chapters so far, graphic album. It's
Right.
also, size-wise, feels a little more European in style, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's talk about that. First, how did you get involved with this book?
Well, Shawn reached out to me through my website. There's a little contact page on there, and he just sort of said, "Hey, my name's Shawn Boyd. I'm a screenwriter. I've been in the business as an actor and a copywriter, and been in marketing." And he asked if I'd be interested in working on a graphic novel with him, potentially based on the screenplay that he wrote called Winona Forever. And I emailed him back and said, "Hey, I'd love to check out the screenplay just to read a few pages." And after he sent me the screenplay, I read the whole thing in a night, basically. I was just that excited by it, and I could see the characters in my mind's eye. I laughed, and I just really fell in love with the screenplay right there. So
you know how it ends.
I do.
Ah!
From beginning to end. And it's fun because I've gotten to see how things have changed from the screenplay to the graphic novel, and I've been really grateful that Shawn has been able to sort of transmute it all from a screenplay to an actual graphic novel script.
Well, and that's a good point, because sometimes they don't translate it well. I think it's a credit to your work as well. Don't sell yourself short.
Well, thank you.
That it reads very well as a comic. So, what about your influence on the format? As I said, it's a little larger than the standard comic. It does feel a little more European in style.
Right.
So, how much influence were you on that?
I would say that it was sort of decided between the two of us that we wanted it to be a little more unique in terms of its size. We wanted it to stand out a little more. We in comparison to the average comic book, we wanted it to be sort of standing on its own. And that was sort of decided between the both of us, because in my head I initially thought it'd be sort of the common size, make it seem like it could fit in with a collection. But the more we talked about it, the more we realized, well, it'd be a little more fun and a little more interesting if it was maybe feel a little more exclusive because of the change in size.
Okay. You also, I think, tackled a pretty big challenge, which is this is a book about children.
Right.
And I feel like in comics, they're notoriously hard to represent.
Right.
And yet they feel, I'd say, worse than children, teens.
Yeah.
Middle school students. I mean, they're hard to portray. So,
right.
Have you found any particular challenge with that, or enjoyed with that?
I would say that I initially it was difficult. I've spent most of my life drawing superheroes and sort of adult, like big muscular characters, and drawing the characters the first few times, they kind of had that look initially, and so Shawn we had to go back and forth and work on a few things, but they're sort of second nature at this point. I can draw them very easily, and I enjoy drawing them, and just they've sort of become a part of me a little bit. If I'll read a line that Shawn's written or a scene that Shawn's written, and I'll know exactly what Boots is going to look like or is going to think during that panel, and it comes much more naturally now.
And do you find any interesting challenge in this is a black and white book, and so it's that you say you drawing superheroes, everybody draws them like to be colored, and this is
right.
Really working in a subtler shading, if you will. So is there a challenge with that?
It's a unique challenge. It's a fun challenge, I would say. It's doing pages in color is also challenging, but I think with black and white, it's a little harder to bring certain things to the foreground, or kind of train the eye in a certain way. So it's been really fun to not only use sort of your average inks, your black and white inks, but to also add those gray tones that kind of add some richness and kind of help guide the eye a little bit. And I think if we did these pages in color, it'd be different, and I think it would also be interesting. But I think it would take away a little bit of the fun struggle that sort of brought about.
And I know this is Shawn's first convention. Is this yours?
I've done a few webcomics here and there that are available on my website to look at, but this is my first real sort of big cannoli of a book. I thought maybe I was a little more experienced than I was. Once we started doing this, I realized, man, this is going to be a huge learning experience. And, right now, even by the time we finish the 4 books, I feel I've learned so much, and I feel that it's just going to get better and better from here.
Good. Look forward to it. So thanks for sitting down. And
Thank you.
welcome to LA.
Thank you
Hope
so
you're
much.
enjoying it.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any Fanboy Planet videos. And remember, use your powers for good.